The tanks, movements, the reservists being called in, it's all building towards what Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister, had said, that it is about getting in. What are the challenges and where is it all headed?
Well, first, any decision about a ground invasion is something that the government would have to make here. The IDF is prepared for whatever decision that the government potentially could make on that issue. In terms of reservists, over 300,000 reservists have been called up. And I really think that the feeling among those reservists, of course, is that we want to defend our families and our homes. And there is a real sense of wanting to defend ourselves after what happened here on Saturday.
So after Hezbollah, Syria is also a player now. Will it delay that entry into Gaza that Israel is preparing for?
If the government decides that a ground invasion is the next step, then the IDF will be ready for that. But we are, of course, really monitoring the situation very, very closely along our other borders and sending a very, very clear message to the other terror organizations and to the countries that support them and harbor them, which is to not get involved in the current war and to not test us at this time.
And Iranian foreign minister had held talks with Syrian prime minister in his first such meeting in Damascus. That happened on Wednesday. And today, reports came in of Israeli strikes having grounded flights at the airports in the capital city of Damascus and also in northern city of Aleppo. Is this not clearly saying that if any country sides with, Palestinians, they will be seen as being involved in this war now?
I can't confirm anything what you've mentioned, but what I can say is that the IDF is going to defend Israelis from any terror threat, wherever that threat may come from. And right now, the focus, of course, is on making sure that Hamas no longer has the terror capacity to continue to kill and slaughter Israelis. Besides
reservists, Major Libby, who have been called in, what else is happening in terms of preparations? And of course, I do not want you to give operational details, but something that you can share with the viewers.
Well, those reservists who have been called in are, of course, first tasked with securing the communities along Israel's southern border. That is something that the forces have been working on since Saturday, making sure that Hamas no longer infiltrates into Israeli territory, repairing the security fence along the border, and searching for more Hamas terrorists who may be still in the field. So the troops that are down there are working very, very hard to make sure that Israel is protected in all ways.
Any word on how many are missing and the number of hostage which is with Hamas?
We are still confirming that we're talking about dozens of people. And I want to emphasize this point because I think it's such an important one that needs to be said loud and clear, that the fastest way to assure their well-being and their return is for Hamas to release them immediately without any terms or conditions and to let them come home right now.
All right. Major Libby, really appreciate your time. Thank you for sharing those details with NDTV.